We have him on. My guy Sammer from Loose Cans Podcast joined the show. What up, man?
What is up, guys?
Appreciate you joining us again, sir.
Oh, I get it. I like that. You guys aren't so bad up there in Detroit.
Yeah, we're nice over here, especially when we know we're gonna clap that ass on Sundays. So.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we got a little bit of unfinished business with you guys. But speaking of Davenport, good luck with that dude, man. And you guys are gonna have him on the injury report every single fucking week, and it's just gonna be the same thing over and over again. And when he does play, you don't even realize he's on the field. So good luck with that. Good rotational
he had half a
special
sack
teamers.
week one.
Yeah, great. Well, that's about half of his stat line for the season. So good luck with all that.
It's funny you said that. We had you on as soon as the trade was made. Breaking news: Carlton Davis Jr. also on the injury report this week. Playing though, he was back today.
Yeah, he's back to practice today.
He's on there.
Yeah, that's how he does it. But it's on game day when he gets injured again and again. And listen, he did what we talked about, didn't he? He's up and down, inconsistent, hands made of bricks at times. I believe he dropped a pick for you guys in week one. So yeah, I mean. I think he's a dog when he's really focused. It's just, can you get him that way all the time, and can you keep him healthy? And availability is the best ability in the NFL. That's usually how guys' careers, come and go. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Speaking of that, I mean, just for this week, obviously it's not been a problem in his career, but Antoine Winfield is out. What type of player is replacing Antoine Winfield in there? And are you nervous for seeing Jameson Williams go for 130 yards in week one?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to most likely use their nickel back / backup safety, Izzy, and he's going to play back there. He's a little bit of a playmaker. He's shorter and smaller in terms of stature compared to Antoine. But remember, we picked up Jordan Whitehead in the offseason for a reason, and that was because we needed somebody next to Antoine to kind of shore up the back end, because that was really one of our biggest weaknesses. We had Ryan Neal back there who had no idea what he was doing. And so you bring in a Jordan Whitehead, he's a physical guy, he can play all over the field. And Izzy's very similar to him. He's just a little bit smaller. Without Antoine, obviously, massive dip in terms of talent, but the guys I think can still overcome if they play sound football. And you just got to, keep things in front of you. It's not like the Lions are undefeated the last 2-3 years. There's still ways to beat everyone in the NFL. So I think they got to just make sure that they play sound, but the pass rush is a big deal too for the Bucs in a game like this. You got to get after Goff. You guys know that. Get pressure up the middle with him. That's usually, a recipe for success for the defense, but we don't know if Kalijah Kancey's even going to go.
Yeah.
So that's a big part of that push up the middle, but we still got Vita Vea. So it'll be interesting to see how Todd Bowles uses his defensive guys, because he likes to be very exotic and multiple. But without a guy like Antoine, who's a jack of all trades and kind of like a Swiss Army knife for the defense, he does have a rookie in Tyke Smith out of Georgia, who's an absolute dog, by the way. Like literally a dog, though, because he's from Georgia. Yeah. So he does a lot of similar stuff. But he plays nickel. You usually don't want your rookie drinking out of a fire hose, playing outside corner, playing safety, all that. So that's why Izzy's moving out there. They're comfortable with Tyke playing that role in there. And maybe you see them mix them up between those three. We've seen some 3 safety looks in the past. Another guy that has been nicked up. He had a concussion last week. Was the starting corner in Zion McCollum. So Zion McCollum looked to be back at practice today. Was not wearing a non-contact jersey, so that's usually good news. We're hoping he's through the protocol in time, and then you have at least a more comfortable look. You got your 2 starting corners. They got to just do their job. Your middle linebackers got to do their job, especially against what you guys like to do. And then just hope that your safeties are sound and in the right place and communicate. So, the good thing for us, at least, is that those guys have all played so much over the last few years because of a Carlton injury all the time that they kind of all have really good communication, with the exception of Tyke, who's the rookie, obviously.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, going off of that, if Tyke, the rookie, is starting at nickel, does that concern you going up against Amon-Ra St. Brown? I mean, he didn't have a great first game, but he is one of, if not the best slot receiver in the NFL.
I mean, yeah, I think he not having a good game in the first week means that he's going to try to go off in week 2. So I believe that Jamel Dean is more likely going to be matched up with him more often than not. But listen, Tyke Smith wasn't very heralded out of Georgia because there were so many guys on that team. But if you go back and watch his tape, he was the alpha dog in the secondary for that team. It just, he was overshadowed by so many other stars, which again happens with Alabama players or Georgia players, teams like that, Texas guys. So I wouldn't be too worried about him. he's a faster guy. He's a ball hawk. I just don't anticipate that matchup's going to happen as often as you guys think. Of course, it's up to your offensive coordinator to make that matchup happen too. But I do believe that Jamel Dean fares better against him. And when he's playing man press against him, he does really, really, really well. If you guys go back and look at the games he played with you against last year, when he was in man press, I believe he was almost shut down in terms of the way Jamel played. But then, he dropped the pick in the end zone. So I think he's got some unfinished. Like, you guys don't understand. That pick he dropped led him to catching balls from a jugs machine every day for the entire offseason. That's how much it mattered to these guys, right? And I think they understand that you can be a good corner and you can shut guys down. But if you drop picks, you drop picks and interceptions, like that's the thing that matters the most. That's a game-changing play. And in the playoffs, any one of those could be the game. So these guys are coming in with a bigger chip on their shoulder than you guys realize. So it's going to be fun. But I do think because of what we have going on the defensive side, it might be one of those old school. It's weird to say old school, but like one of those shootouts,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If if you guys, I think our defense has improved as well. Like, but you guys missing so much in the secondary. What was Josh Hayes to your guys' defense? Was he a starter? Was he? What was that?
He's a rotational guy. He's a backup guy. He was only playing because McCollum got that concussion. The ref pulled him out of the game, and then next thing you know, Hayes in there. Hayes and I believe Bryce Hall were playing that backup role. They both ended up getting injured. Bryce Hall for the entire year. I believe he broke his tibia and his ankle. So it was a pretty gruesome injury. We didn't get to see the replay, but it's definitely a season-ending type of scenario. Could be a career-ending, depending on the severity and how it heals. So wish him the best, obviously. But I'm curious with you guys, what's going on with the offensive line? Is it normal for your all-pro left tackle to just not practice, or what's going on there? Does it look like he's completely out of the game, or is he just not practicing just because
he dealt with this?
Trying to save
rolled
him.
up his ankle in the offseason, and if I'm not mistaken, he rolled that same ankle up during last week's game. So I think it's more so a rest than anything. I mean, the guy of his caliber, I feel like one of these agents would have broke the news, a Schefter or something, where it was something scarier than that. I think Penny's good to go. He's just third year in. He's allowed some veteran rest now.
Yeah, he's a Dimsdale double dad now, so he's gonna worry about chasing the kids around too.
Yeah, once you get that bread like that, you got to preserve the product.
Yeah, it's him and Tristan Wirfs now at the top in terms of like the two top dogs, in my opinion. And I believe they're getting paid like that. Tristan Wirfs, I think, is the highest paid left tackle right now, or offensive lineman, I believe, in the entire NFL. So, it'll be that's a big one for you guys, because if we're going to get to you guys and beat you, I believe it's with the pass rush. And it's, Goff isn't Jay Daniels, who had, the stats are a little deceiving in the scoreboard when you look back at that game with week 1, but he had 88 yards rushing, but that was because he really had nothing else he could do, and he's just a superior athlete, and sometimes you're just going to break contain. I don't think I'm too worried about Goff doing that, but he is sneaky too at the same time.
He had a nice Rodgers, 6-yard run for a first down. He turned the corner on a linebacker.
He was perfect in overtime.
He was apparently 9 out of 10 runs, but yeah, sure, whatever. And swing past the running back. Great job. It tells me a lot that they said, let's just get the ball out of Goff's hands. But another part of this game too, you guys got to think about is like, you guys faced the Rams last week, right? And they were nicked up on offense. They didn't have their full, wide receiver core, but they run a very, very similar offense to what the Bucs run. So it kind of goes twofold. You guys get practice against what you're about to face, but then we also get to kind of cheat a little bit and see what didn't work and did work, what not to do, what to do. But I will say our receiving core is way better than the Rams in what you guys were facing. It was Tyler Johnson, right? Buccaneer legend in the playoffs. Don't get me wrong. But it's Tyler fucking Johnson, okay? It's not Mike Evans. It's not Chris Godwin. And these guys, and listen, Chris Godwin
it was
in a
Cooper
new
Kupp.
offense in terms
Cooper
of his
Kupp
role.
caught 14 balls. Like he was their biggest role.
Yeah.
What do you got against white guys?
Yeah, it's true.
I'm about to say Cooper Kupp's role is what Godwin is in this offense now. He had 8 balls this past week. He was third in Godwin. It was like anytime we needed the first down, it was literally third in Godwin. And they knew it in the Washington Commanders, and they had nothing they could do about it. So now we're coming in with a more physical and a larger human being and a fucking alien, if you're asking me, about Chris Godwin doing what Cooper Kupp did to you guys with the Mike Evans on the other side.
Don't act like Chris Godwin's better than Cooper Kupp. He's not.
I'm not saying he's better. No, that's not what I'm saying. But if you watch what he's doing right now, and when he really, really, really shined in the NFL, it was when BA put him in that role as the slot receiver. The Larry Fitzgerald role that he kind of, invented, the Heinz Ward role that he had when he was a, OC in Pittsburgh. So now you got Chris Godwin doing that, but doing it with the McVay tree of offense and routes and all that. So it's going to be a matchup you guys have to keep your eye on, because you guys can't just key in on that. You have Mike Evans, and you have the rookie J-Mac, who's a dog. So it'll be curious to see how you guys match up your rookie corner, who did not look good in week 1, honestly. But he's a rookie, so I completely understand that.
Yeah,
he had a couple of pass interferences in a row, gave up a touchdown.
The first one was weak. The second one was
legit.
Obvious pass interference. He was holding his arm.
But they're going to – but in the NFL, you guys know, you're going to pick on the rookie no matter what.
Yeah.
You're going to go after that guy over whoever the fuck else you guys got. Carlton Davis? I mean, we might do that too. Who knows?
Revenge game.
That's one question I wanted to ask is because the Rams just completely abandoned the run because they couldn't get anything going. The Lions have – they had the second best run defense last year. And week 1 – I know he's a rookie, but Graham Barton was the worst graded run block
lineman.
For an offensive lineman in the NFL. And we have DJ Reader coming back this year. Are you comfortable with Baker Mayfield throwing the ball 50 times like we saw Matt Stafford do?
They're not going to do that. I guarantee you.
If they run the ball, it's not.
They're not running the ball.
Yeah, they're not going to run
What do you mean?
I took Rashad White's under on rushing yards. It was 45.5.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Again, there's similar offenses, but I think the Bucs have better talent across the board in their front 5 than the Rams do. 100%.
I would agree.
And Graham Barton, on that grading scale, again, some of that is give and take. I'm sure you guys have seen your grades and be like, how the fuck is this even possible?
Yeah.
He actually had some really, really good reps on top of that. But again, rookie. So, yeah, I am a little concerned against your guys' interior pass rush, because that was kind of the weakness we had, and they can't have some of the plays that happen with Commanders happen with you guys. You can't get blown up in the backfield 4 or 5 times in a game. It just doesn't work in the NFL. So how they established a run, eye candy, the motion that they like to use, a lot of the same Sean McVay type of stuff. But again, we have a better front 5, and I believe we have a better 1-2 punch at running back than what the Rams put out. And plus, it's a little bit more difficult when you're down to one guy.
Kyron Williams is better than Rashad White, man.
You go watch the tape. Rashad White had 1,500 total yards last year and almost had 1,000 yards on the ground. He was right there with
catch the ball.
McCaffrey. That's even worse. In a predictable offense, when we were also running the ball on 2nd and 18. I mean, and you guys saw what he did to you in the playoffs with a screen pass. He's a very capable back. He doesn't get a lot of love because
he's good at passing.
He's a fantastic pass catching.
We're talking about running the football, though.
He cannot run the ball on the Lions offense or the Lions defense.
Maybe not against the Lions defense. My point is that it's a very different scheme when you have a guy that knows how to scheme the run game as opposed to Dave Canales literally running on 2nd and fucking 18. You saw what his offense looked like with Carolina last week? He had 8 passing yards in the first half, dude. We were happy that he took the job. I couldn't wait for that pretty motherfucker to leave.
I thought you loved him.
Can we cuss on this show, by the way?
Oh, yeah. You can say whatever you want.
Okay. I've been off
on
it right there. It's okay.
I thought you loved Canales. What happened?
Nah, he's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. He's a gorgeous human being. Right? And I appreciate that as another gorgeous human being. But dude cannot call a game, dude. He's a good teacher. Don't get me wrong. He's a good coach, quarterback coach. That guy can't call plays. And, I mean, it's on display now. You guys saw that he couldn't call plays. I mean, you guys saw it in week, 3 or 4 last week? And when you guys came home for that terribly ugly creamsicle game?
Yeah.
I mean, guys,
when we took over
the guy's
stadium?
not a good player.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I thought he made some good calls in the playoff game. That was actually closer than expected. I'm not gonna lie.
A lot of what we did well last year on offense was guys just being hot at the right time, defense screwing up, or Baker just kind of pulling something out of his ass, honestly. Yeah. And when you watch the totality of it, it was just infuriating to watch a guy call a run on 2nd and 18 when you're down 7 points and 2 minutes left. It was I'm glad he's with the Carolina Panthers.
Did he do that in the playoff?
For sure.
Was that
He had some head scratchers against you guys in the third quarter. I was like, dude, we're down. What are we doing right now? I mean, we can't run the ball. Why are we running the ball? And he did that all year. You just run the ball, and he said it. We're gonna have to keep running it until we get it. Like, dude, this isn't fucking practice. We're gonna lose the game. Stop calling the run.
I got sound guy Nick in the booth. He got a question for you.
He was in Tampa last year for the game.
Yeah, you guys did a great job at that tailgate. The Lions and Bucs, it's a 7.5-point spread, which is the second biggest spread of the weekend. Are you nervous that this Lions offense just completely erupts after being rusty in that first week?
I think both offenses are going to erupt, honestly. I really do. It just comes down to who's going to turn the ball over, who protects the ball, and who can make the plays that matter. Field goals and touchdowns are going to matter in this game. I really do think that both offenses are going to – I don't see us being able to stop you guys consistently enough without an Antoine back there, and who knows how healthy Zion is. We don't even know if he's going to play yet. So we are definitely going to be missing a Kalijah Cansey next to Vita Vea. These guys will have to play a really, really, really sound game on defense to try to sneak one away, and maybe a couple of Goff, a couple of Goff interceptions, some signature Goff fumbles in the pocket might help us out. But I think both offenses have the potential in this game to explode. Like I said, I really do think it'll be one of those shootout type scenarios. So I would take the over regardless.
Yeah,
One more, I'll let you get going. I apologize for holding you so long. How did that pass rush look last week without Kalijah Cansey? I know Yaya Diaby is the other guy you got there. You drafted Chris Braswell. Who was putting in work? I mean, it's the Commanders, but
yeah.
how'd it look?
I mean, it's a little hard to gauge because you have this really athletic quarterback in Daniels, and so I think their game plan was to get him to make a decision quicker than he wanted to, leave the pocket quicker than he wanted to. And when he got out of the pocket, our linebackers just simply didn't get him down. So I do think the pass rush got after him pretty well. We had some really nice sacks in terms of, the pressures themselves without blitzing. But Kalijah Cansey is a type of player. When he's not there, he will be missed, regardless of the guys around him, because he makes it almost impossible to figure out who you're going to block inside. You can double team Vita if there isn't a Kalijah Cansey. When there's a Kalijah Cansey in there, this guy's an absolute dog. I agree with Easy. He doesn't have his name across the NFL yet, but he has a lot of traits that you'd be like, okay, this guy's going to be a star. Yeah. You guys saw what he did. He gave us an extra possession last year in that playoff game with the play he made on that last possession you guys had. So
against our
when he's in the game, yeah, and that's the type of stuff that he flashed consistently throughout the year last year when he finally got on the field. But when he's in the game, it's different. When you can't double team Vita, you can't double team him. You got to pick your poison, and he automatically elevates everybody else around him. So when he's not there, it's a little bit easier to key in on guys. And the Bucs, like I said, will have to figure out ways to get exotic while having zone back there, but also not too much zone because a guy like Goff
Amon-Ra
is going to pick that apart.
Yeah.
So like that, most guys in the NFL, if they know what they're doing, they're going to eat up your zone. So you got to find the right ways to do it. And that's my concern is how are they going to mix it up? How are they going to make up for him not being there? Because you guys do arguably have the best front five right now. AQ Shipley on Pat McAfee show, he had highlighted you guys a couple of times this past week or on Tuesday, I believe it was. So you guys are up there. So it'll be a good test for us, but I do think that the team had this game circled. I know you guys don't take any matchups lightly with MCDC up there doing his thing. So it'll be a dogfight, man. It's going to be a fun game to watch, and it'll be a shootout, though. And it'll be fun. And we'll see how, maybe, like I said, I'm praying for Goff to do what he did against the Packers last year, where he just fumbled 35 times and threw 12 picks in like 4 possessions. So
yeah,
we were missing some of that core 5 when that happened.
Yeah, we were missing a couple of that core 5. Well, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, he had a little stretch though. He had a stretch like 2 or 3 games where he looked absolutely horrible. Yeah, right, I believe it started the Christmas or Thanksgiving.
Since 2016, he and Josh Allen are tied for the most turnovers in the NFL. That's like he needs to be protected
for sure. And
so that's why you guys run the ball well. I think it starts there, regardless, right? For both teams. If you guys stop our run, we stop your run.
What is your run defense?
Vita Vea.
Yeah,
Levante David.
Yeah, I mean, you have a guy. Vita Vea takes up 2.5 bodies, man. I mean,
that's why I'm so happy to get DJ Reader back.
Yeah, he's a plug too. I think these teams are very similarly built. Honestly, you guys are just more of a experienced offensive line. We finally updated the physicality that we lacked in the middle with our left guard. And with our center last year with the Graham Barton and getting Brenison from the Giants. So Graham's going to be a dog, dude. He's going to be an absolute stud for a long time in the NFL. He's a smart kid, too, on top of that. So he's going to be doing things that we haven't seen since the likes of Ryan Jensen. So he's not as angry as that guy, but he plays angry. I'm fine with it. He can be really nice off the field at that point. But it's also a different offense. So it'll be interesting to see how – it's going to be a lot of back and forth. I don't think either team blows out the other in this one, but it's going to feel like the playoffs for sure, dude. It's going to be
sure.
like, this was one I had circled. I know they had circles. I've talked to Baker and those guys. They've had this game circled.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much you guys are going to take us lightly or not, but if it's an MCDC coach team, I think you guys would be ready to.
They won't. Yeah.
fight
Yeah, they're not
kneecaps.
taking anybody.
I love the fact that both the first 2 games in this schedule were these back-to-back playoff games. I mean, most teams probably hate it, but like that helped a guy like MCDC, who's a master motivator, keep these guys on their fucking ass, on their toes. Like we don't get a
no
break
soft
here.
start,
These
yeah.
guys, both these teams are waiting to knock your heads off. You guys especially, one loss during the regular season in your home, and then the playoffs too.
Yeah, that first matchup was very different team too. But last year in the playoffs, I thought that was we just lost to the better team. We didn't make enough plays, and that's going to happen. But that game's gone. It's not the same team. It's not the same offense. Not the same offensive line. So it'll be interesting to see how they use these guys. We got a little dude, very similar 1-2 punch that you guys have built with Montgomery and Gibbs. We've got our guy Bucky Irving out of Oregon, who's
Relax.
he's a fun dude to watch. I'm not.
He's fun.
He's
No,
not
he's fun.
Jahmyr
He's fun.
Gibbs.
He's fun. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying we have a much different
Yeah.
attack in terms of
I think he's a better
We
runner
don't have
than-
to have.
I think he's a better runner than Rashad White. I think
do
Rashad
too.
White's a better receiver, but I think
Yeah.
Bucky might be the better pure running back.
He just hits the hole with this reckless abandon, and Rashad has more of a Le'Veon Bell type of approach. But one of the things they worked out in the offseason with him was just hit the hole. But remember, you guys didn't watch us play throughout the regular season last year. It's a lot of indecisiveness when you have an offensive line that's letting guys tackle you while you're getting the ball handed off to you. So at some point, he was just like, I don't even know where the fuck to go.
I'm not
And so
hit yet. Oh,
that
shit.
affected. And that creates bad habits. It creates bad habits, just like quarterbacks like, Carr's older brother when he was at the Texans, where he just like automatically assumed he's going to get destroyed every play. Rashad built up some bad habits last year. And in the offseason, they worked hard on him hitting the hole. And he looked different this past week. But again, sometimes we still had guys get blown up in the backfield. 5 times I counted where there were guys in the backfield on top of him. And you're like, that cannot happen against the Lions because you can't be in 2nd and 12, 2nd and 13 against a team like that because that predictability is just too easy for a good team.
Yeah.
But we'll see, man. You guys, I think your weakness is your secondary and kind of a little bit in your linebacking core. But again, it starts up front for you guys. You guys create havoc up there. Everything else looks better, feels better, and operates better. So, but that's with most teams in most cases, honestly.
I'm going to let you get going, man. We got to pay some bills.
Appreciate
Before
you
our
joining
audience is
us,
not
man.
familiar with you, explain what you got going on over there and let them know what's on the docket tonight because I'll be making an appearance if they're going to know last time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. First of all, I don't even know how that even counts. You didn't play on in the game. You guys can check us out and my boy Poppy Latte and Stank Bastard. Yes, that's his actual legal government name. On the Loose Cannons podcast on YouTube, which is youtube.com/@Loose Cannons podcast. And of course, check out the all new the813.tv, the website and media company that we just launched that hosts a litany of just Buccaneer content. We have a writing staff. We have content creators. We've got tons of awesome content in there. We've even got some NFL gambling shows and things of that nature. So check out the813.tv for more. And, we'll see you guys later tonight around 7:20-ish. We'll have Easy hop in around 7:45, 7:50. It'll probably make you wait like you made me wait because that was some bullshit. Okay.
You said
And then we'll have
you said 5:45.
I'm just saying, you saw me. I was looking pretty on the camera. You couldn't just let me through, man. You were talking. You guys were like making it. You're extending it too. You're like, what do you guys think of this 3rd-string linebacker? What are we gonna? Come on, dude.
We were
Get
talking
in here.
about
What
OnlyFans
are you
girls
doing?
at the start of the show.
Yeah, last year
Hey,
OnlyFans creators made more than the NBA salaries combined.
That's our fault.
The NBA salaries or WNBA salaries?
NBA with 4.4 billion
Chris,
versus
throw the graphic
6.6.
up real quick. Yeah.
Holy
That's our as men we have failed. Yeah, 6.6 billion. For
I mean,
OnlyFans
or have
creators.
we not, or maybe we've succeeded. I mean, it feels like we succeeded.
You'd be on the
Somebody's paying
streets
those
without
bills.
me.
Somebody's giving those girls that money, man. I'm telling
Stank
you. Someone's
bastard.
buying those girls cars.
Yeah, how
Someone's
many-
getting those girls those new Beamers.
How
Stank
many
Bastard's buying,
OnlyFans is Stank subscribed
Yeah,
to?
jars of toenails or something.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Stank's got a couple of. I mean, I have mammothmuslim.com. You guys ever want to check that out? You guys are definitely welcome to do that. But Easy, you gonna make sure you're not on that Detroit dial-up this time when you join the show, or
Was it bad last
can
time?
we get you
Yeah,
from
it
the
was,
studio?
It was a little
What?
choppy.
What?
Yeah, I'll
Dude, it sounded like you were dialing to like one of the dumpsters behind the fucking canes up there. Or something. I mean, you gotta, can we get you from the studio? What the fuck?
Yo,
man?
we'll figure something out. I don't know how that happened. I might have been.
You were at home, I think.
No, I was back there.
You're back there. Oh.
I had my voice is gone.
Bro,
too.
homeboy, you had homeboy on a ThinkPad. He had an IBM ThinkPad. Okay, he was like, "Where's that little red dot?" I'm like, how do I navigate this thing? Dial it up, dude. I mean, he was just like, I didn't. We had, and we look beautiful.
Making us
on our
look
show.
bad.
We take
I might
production value.
have been on
Nah,
this
like, it's a big
internet instead of back there.
Back
and
there.
I'm thinking. It's probably
Yeah,
what
dude, go to the McDonald's down the street, easy, and just get on that. Like, buy a McDouble or a McChicken, whatever the fuck they call them now.
Deal.
I don't go there, but yeah, buy whatever they got. Hop on the dollar menu if they still got that. It's probably like the $17 menu now.
the $8
Yes,
menu.
yes, it is. Yeah.
The $8. Come on in, spend $35.
Yeah.
We'll pretend it's good.
Still be
And
hungry. Yeah.
fuck off.
I appreciate you joining, man.
Also
Thank
go
you.
home with diarrhea. Yeah, hey,
Yeah. I can't
better
eat
be
Taco
ready,
Bell no
dude.
more.
You better be
dude.
ready tonight.
Oh, I'm ready. I hope you're ready.
You can't eat Taco Bell. What happened?
Oh no, I'm just too old. I'm like, what's
He's,
the turn
he's
30?
old. He's like
Yeah.
36.
It's just I'm on the toilet too long the next day. I'm beatboxing on the toilet like 3 hours later.
You shouldn't be eating Taco Bell like anyway in general. By the way, like
Pretty bad grade food.
what's your nationality?
I'm mixed.
He's ambiguous.
Yeah, I'm big. I'm
He
racially
likes to
ambiguous.
keep it so he can say a lot of different
Okay.
things and never get in trouble.
You
for it.
look like you would know where to go to get a good taco. Is all I'm saying. Like, why are you going to Taco Bell? Why are you going to Taco Bell?
We do got
dude?
Southwest.
We got
Detroit.
Southwest Detroit.
Yeah,
that's
That's
like-
great tacos in Southwest Detroit.
Listen,
Like, that's like me going to some like fast food Greek joint. Like,
Listen,
yeah, that's where I
Gordita's
get my
slap, though.
shawarma. No,
I
dude,
can't discount a good
I
Gordita.
know. I gotta go find an Arab joint that's in the corner, bars on the doors and the windows. I know that those falafel are gonna taste good, right? You know,
none
how
of
that
the kitchen
works.
staff
And you
speaks
guys are-
English.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're
Oh, yeah,
really
yeah.
fucking rude to you when you walk in. There's no
Yeah.
please and thank
What do you want?
My friend, we don't have napkins. Do you want to eat or no? Get the fuck out. That's how you guys know. You guys are up there in Michigan. You guys
No,
get
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking-
Oh yeah, I got my spot.
Yeah.
Boff's by my house. The guy's in the back. Can I get more garlic paste, please? He just loads it up. I love it. He's the man.
Yeah, Hamidos for me.
That tahini sauce, dude.
Yes, sir.
It's good on anything. Put
Oh,
that shit
yeah.
in your coffee, bro.
We got
Shit's
in
phenomenal.
East
Yeah.
Lansing when I went to MSU. They got a place called Giorgio's where they do a Euro pizza, and it's like Euro meat, tzatziki, full tomatoes, and diced up onion on. Oh my, is the best thing best piece of pizza I've ever had in my life.
But is the crust like pizza crust or is it
Yeah,
like
it's like pizza crust.
Like oh no, it's got to be the Euro, dude. It's got to be the come on, man.
It's good. I'm just
I'm
saying.
not a big. I'm a Greek. I eat Greek food, but I'm just saying like they stole it from us, so I kind of feel like a certain way when I'm in there,
That's
like having
fair.
a Greek salad. I'm like, I'll eat the Greek salad because we don't do that. But like when they bring a Euro to me, I'm like, yeah, cool, guy. It's your version of it, sure, I guess. Yeah, tzatziki's. Check it out with hummus. When you put hummus on it and a little olive oil, nah, you don't need a tzatziki, dude. Fuck that.
Love hummus.
Yeah, but hey, I love the Greeks. Greeks they're solid with me.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate you, brother. I'll see you at 7:40ish.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you, man.
Legend.
Oh, he's a legend. Love having him on.